Does anyone have any questions about the stuff we talked about last week with the short-term rentals, or any other questions that you want to make sure get on my radar before we get into the goods?
I do. I have a quick question. So last year I had some cash flow issues with my last tax season.
Mhm.
And I've heard that you kind of switched to where now you're getting prepayment, like a deposit up front. And I'm just curious if maybe you could speak a little bit about that, as far as how your clients took to it, and then how you kind of explained it in a way that made sense to them.
Yeah. So for those of you who have been on the calls, you know that the process I have this for tax year 2023, the year we're in now, has been in progress for about 3 years. The first step was that we took our really low minimum fee and we increased it. Second year, we increased it again. And at both of those points, we charged for the tax returns at the time that the engagement letter was signed. So we sent the engagement letter January 15th, they signed it January 15th, they paid January 15th, and then we did the return. For 2023, we have launched monthly subscription tax services. So there are some exceptions. We do have a handful of clients who can get grandfathered in and just pay once per year at a lower rate than the total of the monthly payments. But we're doing monthly subscription tax. And just as an example, our base package for somebody with a 1040, so no entity, no partnership, no S Corp, they could have schedules A, B, C, D, E, F, but no entity return. The base package is $150 a month. What that package gets them is not only the tax prep, they're going to get some level of tax planning. Now, none of my clients are super high net worth, so we're not talking about really sophisticated tax strategies. We're not talking about really complicated tax plans. We're talking about identifying strategies that regular Joe Schmoes can implement, if any. Some of them may not have any, but they really like working with us. So they pay a monthly subscription fee that gets them access to us all year, unlimited support via email. They can email us with tax questions anytime. We will have them update. The lowest package includes a mid-year tax checkup. So we'll reach out to them, June or July. We'll have them upload current pay stubs. We'll have them upload, T&L if they have a Schedule C business, or rental registers if they have rental properties. And we'll just check to make sure that their withholdings are where they need to be. We'll update any estimated tax payment amounts that they need to make. And then it includes the tax preparation. So what that subscription really gets them is access, right? They have access to us all year long. The tax prep is just kind of an ancillary service. What I've found is, if I'm communicating with the clients throughout the year, if they're not afraid to reach out to me and we're having conversations whenever things change, by the time tax season rolls around, you already know what's going to be on that return. You've already planned for it. You've already had them make estimated payments. So the tax return really becomes fairly simple because you already know everything that's going to be on it. And that's how I pitched it to people. When I rolled it out initially, I recorded a video of myself explaining the packages, explaining the benefit, and then I sent a mass email with the video link and just asked people. It was about a 10-minute video. And I'll be honest, if I get a link to a 10-minute video, I'm probably not watching it. So in my email, I did say, this is a 10-minute video, but please watch till the end. Lydia, have you gotten busier? No, because most people still don't reach out to us, which is interesting, right? Like, they're already paying for it. So David, your question was, how was it received by clients? We got mixed reviews. So we already had some clients who were on edge because we'd had 2 years in a row of fee increases. So, the first year we increased, people left. They didn't want to pay more than $250, and so they left. Bye. The second year, when we went from $500 to $750 as our minimum, more people left. They didn't feel like they needed to pay $750 for a tax return, and great, they probably didn't, right? Clients who have 2 W-2s and nothing else, there really isn't anything we can do for them. There is no tax planning for them, and they really don't need tax planning services. So, and then on top of that, we rolled out these packages. So I thought about trying to, package up the client list, like those clients we knew wouldn't stay, and like sell the client list, but I didn't have my act together. So what I ended up doing was I met with a couple of local to me tax professionals who still operated on the traditional, once per year tax model, and made sure they had capacity to take on new clients. And I ended up referring about 200 people out to them. I don't know how many actually went to them. I don't know how many they were able to bring into their fold, but it was cool because I got to help 2 other tax professionals grow their tax businesses while getting rid of the clients that weren't super ideal for us. So it got mixed reviews. Some people emailed back and said, this is what I've been waiting for. Where have you been all my life? Some clients emailed me with way less friendly verbiage. A couple of them called me out on Facebook for being a greedy money mongerer. And, that's cool too, right? Like, I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I will tell you, as a tax professional, it was a relief. As a tax business owner, it's terrifying. The only reason I was really able to make this switch so abruptly was because I do have the accounting side of my practice, and that ongoing revenue is enough to cover all of my bills. So I was in a position to be able to lose a lot of clients all at once and to lose a bunch of tax revenue. Not everyone is in that position. It has smoothed out revenue, right? So now people are paying monthly in 2023 for the returns we'll be doing early next year. So that revenue is coming in now, but we did lose clients. So my advice, if you're asking, would be, if this is something that you're thinking about rolling out, identify the clients who would really benefit from tax planning and who aren't already getting it. Like, David, your packages are already pretty all-encompassing, as I recall. You shared your pricing with me at one point, and your packages already included more than mine did. Identify the clients who would either benefit from more regular contact with you throughout the year, even if they don't initiate it, or identify the clients who do contact you throughout the year and maybe you're undercharging, and have conversations with them. I don't know how many tax clients you have right now, so I don't know how feasible it is to have one-on-one conversations, but I would take that approach. Identify a handful that might be good candidates for this type of plan and try to move them to a plan. And then, do that in chunks, and then just set a rule that any new client coming in is going to be on a plan. So then you're only dealing with your legacy clients. Did that answer your question? I feel like that was a lot of words.
No, that was helpful. Thank you.
Okay. It was a big change, and I was just at a point where I had to just rip the Band-Aid off. The first few changes, increasing my base fees was great. The number of clients went down, revenue stayed the same or went up. So I definitely found in my practice that sweet spot was in the like $500 to $700 range for a fixed fee for a once a year 1040. For me, that was kind of a sweet spot where it was easy to sign up clients, not as many clients left, but we didn't have a crazy tax season. So the changes I've made that increase the fee beyond that have made it a little more specialized. And I would say, it's hard to get really into the nitty-gritty on one of these group meetings, but if you wanted to have a meeting separately, reach out to me and maybe we can look at some specific scenarios and give you some ideas of how you could, or if you're going to the Knowledge Share Extravaganza, I'll be there and maybe we can have some in-person chats about how you might go about it if you want to implement that.